Everyone, let's welcome Erica to the Maury Show. Now, 4 years ago, Erica found out she was pregnant with her son, Brantley. And when Erica told her boyfriend, Chris, the news, weeks later, he changed his phone number and reunited with his ex-girlfriend. Then, after 3 years of no contact, Erica tracked Chris down to give him an opportunity to be a dad. And guess what? Now, Erica and Chris are a couple. But the future of the family rests on the hope that a DNA test will prove that Chris is Brantley's father. Watch.
I have done some things that I am not proud of. But everything that I did was so my son Brantley would have a father. 3 years ago, my boyfriend Chris got me pregnant, and then he left me for another woman. Today, Chris is finally going to know that my son Brantley is his. After Chris disappeared, I admit I did tell my ex that he was my son's father. I know it was wrong, but I ended up raising my baby alone anyway. When I got back in touch with Chris, I came clean about everything. I know he's Brantley's father, and he is who I want to be with. He doesn't trust me, and I get that, but I'm telling the truth. Chris and I are back together, and if it's going to stay that way, I need him to be a father to our son.
So, when you learned you were pregnant by Chris, you cried.
I did.
Was this out of happiness?
No. I cried because I knew eventually I would be raising my son alone.
Why? Because Chris broke your heart? I mean...
He was always in and out, going back to his previous girlfriend, coming back, saying, oh, I'm sorry, let's make it work. And I knew our relationship was never going anywhere.
During your pregnancy, was he there?
No. He skipped town when I was 14 weeks pregnant, changed his phone number, blocked me off of Facebook, everything.
Here's the problem. You got a paternity test, and you were going with your ex at the time, and you wanted to prove to your ex that he was the father of Brantley. So you messed with the test.
I did.
And you knew Chris wasn't going to step up.
No, I never thought I would see Chris ever again.
Tried to fudge the test.
I did.
So that your ex would take...
responsibility. Not even responsibility. I just wanted my son to grow up with a father.
Meanwhile, you broke up with the ex.
I did.
Do you think they look alike?
They do. They have, like, look at these ears, Maury. Look at them. My son has grown man ears. Like, look at this. Look at the eyes. I don't have those shaped eyes.
So you and Brantley, you're raising Brantley on your own, and then after 3 years, you get in touch with Chris.
I did. I finally realized he unblocked me on Facebook. I looked him up. I had a bunch of old pictures on my phone that I knew I meant a lot to him. So I started sending him messages. I never thought it would go any further than that. But he finally messaged me back saying, hey, how are you? And a short while after we started talking, we actually decided to get back together.
And he's raising Brantley.
He is and he isn't. He's there for Brantley, but he's very distant. Like, look at that picture, Maury. He's holding my son, but he's very distant. He's cold-hearted towards him. He calls him a crybaby, calls him tippy-toes, says he's way too sensitive. He's a 3-year-old. What 3-year-old isn't sensitive at times?
I see.
I am 100% positive he is the father.
So you're hoping to prove to him that Brantley is his and that this union will continue.
Today is the day he will learn to stop saying that Brantley is not him.
Here's Chris. Welcome, Chris. Good to see you.
Just throw it away.
That kid ain't mine. That ain't the daddy of that kid.
You won't realize he is yours.
Look at him.
Okay. So obviously, Chris, you got some trust issues with Erica, right?
Yeah, I got trust issues with her. She was running around having revenge sex with her boyfriends and talking about this other guy. We were all swinging, doing everything. They ain't no telling who the baby daddy is.
You were the one sleeping with half a High Point.
After 3 years, why did you reconnect?
I still have feelings for the girl, you know, but it went for him. That kid ain't mine.
I have feelings for the girl.
Yeah, I have feelings.
You have feelings for the boy?
I care for him. You know, she called me in January. She said, my son about to turn 3 years old next month, and you the daddy. I said, there ain't no way. Who the guy been playing daddy the whole time? Look at this. Hey, Mark, look at me. Now look at him. Now look back at me. That kid ain't mine. That
A lot of your doubt comes from the fact of what she did with the ex and the paternity test.
That's
right?
exactly right. And that little boy, I got five other kids, Mark.
Right.
They all look like me. They all look like me, Mark. And this little kid right here, he walk around on his tippy toes and all. Ain't none of my kids doing that. Ain't none of my kids doing that.
What kid walks around perfect? Tell me.
I seen a dude at Walmart in our hometown, and he was walking like that. I said, that's the daddy right there. That's the daddy. Not me. Not me. No.
Meanwhile, Brantley starts to call you daddy, right?
Yep, first time I seen him, he called me daddy. I started looking around. I said, where daddy at? He was talking to me. He was dad. No, I ain't the daddy.
He's a 3-year-old. He don't know
If
nothing.
you are the father, what are you going to do?
I'll step up and take care of the little kids. Not a problem. I'm a man. I step up. I step up.
And what happens if you're not the father?
If I'm not the father, then it's going to be, I'm going to do the 5 Ds. Dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dip, baby.
You know, one of the reasons why I love this show is I learn so much. The 5 Ds, I see. In the case of 3-year-old Brantley, Chris, you are the father.
I'm not the father.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I don't just go around sleeping with anybody. Time for you to step up.